Ronaldinho's farm in Porto Alegre, the hidden life of football's happiest icon. Most people believe they already understand Ronaldinho. They remember the no-look passes, the effortless dribbling, and the smile that made football seem easy and joyful. But beyond those iconic moments, the man himself chose a path few expected. Today, away from packed stadiums and flashing cameras, he lives a quiet life on a farm near Porto Alegre, where slow mornings and open land offer a kind of peace that fame never could. Welcome to the channel, where forgotten moments from history come alive, stories of power, ambition, and the single events that changed the world forever. Stay with us, because the Ronaldinho who lives here is a side of him rarely seen by the world. The contrast becomes even clearer when we look back at his beginnings. Born Ronaldo de Assis Moreira on March 21, 1980, in Porto Alegre, he rose from a local prodigy into Brazil's greatest hope. At just 17 years old, he made his debut for the national team, proudly wearing the legendary number 10. If you enjoy deep, true stories from history, support the channel by liking this video and subscribing. It helps more people discover these untold events. And tell us in the comments, where are you watching from? From Grêmio to PSG, then Barcelona and Milan, he collected goals, trophies, and the 2005 Ballon d'Or. He won the 2002 World Cup and played with a joy unlike anyone else, which makes the quiet life he lives today feel even more remarkable. This shift becomes clear the moment you arrive at his farm in Porto Alegre. The place feels calm. Spread across 971 hectares, it sits on a hill where soft winds blow and the view stretches toward the lake and green fields. Nothing here is meant to impress. The houses are simple and welcoming, built from treated eucalyptus wood, a material familiar to the region, strong enough to last and modest enough to blend naturally into the landscape. A stone path gently winds through low trees and soft grass. As you follow it, the property opens into small, peaceful corners. The main house, guest house, recreation area, chapel, and the administrator's home all share the same balance, with red tile roofs and wooden pillars holding wide shaded porches. It feels less like a mansion and more like something shaped by nature itself. Inside the living room, the first thing you notice is the light. It comes in from every side, lighting the wooden ceiling, floor, and glass walls that open toward the valley. The furniture is simple: soft cushions, an old leather armchair, and aged wooden trunks placed quietly nearby. It is the kind of room where silence feels full, not empty. The outside world is close enough to see, yet distant enough to forget. The dining room carries the same warmth. A long wooden table, strong and inviting, sits at the center, surrounded by closely placed rattan chairs. Above it, a metal chandelier casts gentle shadows in the afternoon. Behind the table, the kitchen stays bright and uncomplicated. Wooden cabinets, a wide counter, and shelves holding only what is needed. Meals here feel natural, more like home cooking than preparation. The bedrooms sit in a line of small houses with sloped roofs, each opening directly onto the hillside. Soft morning light falls across white beds, while crimson blankets add warmth and a familiar feeling. The bathroom features large wooden sliding doors, a marble sink set on a wooden frame, and wicker baskets hanging beneath. Everything feels solid, familiar, and easy to care for. At the back of the house, the porch opens toward the land. It is wide, long, and filled with light, a place to rest in the morning, talk quietly, or watch clouds drift over the hills later in the day. From there, a path leads down to the pool. Long and smooth, the water mirrors the mountains almost perfectly, briefly blurring the line between land and sky. One of Ronaldinho's favorite spots on the farm is the stables. They are clean, well kept, and built to comfortably hold up to 10 horses. Outside, the fields roll gently into open space, making it easy to ride whenever he wants. Sometimes fast, sometimes slow, just enjoying the freedom to move through the countryside without noise, crowds, or a schedule. Everything on this estate feels natural and calm, a clear reflection of who Ronaldinho is today. Yet just a short walk from the stables, another passion reveals itself. His love for cars lives here, where dozens of beautiful vehicles from major brands rest quietly, waiting for their engines to come alive. Car collection. The first car that truly captured Ronaldinho's spirit was the Ferrari Portofino, a dark blue convertible with a red interior. It's the same car he stepped out of with that familiar, relaxed smile. Priced at around £180,000, it was made for sunshine and open roads. That's exactly why he loved it. With the roof down, music playing, and the wind passing through, he felt like the same boy from Porto Alegre, letting the day move at its own pace. Most afternoons, this was the car he chose when he simply wanted to enjoy the outdoors. The Ferrari 458 Italia, finished in bold gold, had a very different energy. It was loud, lively, and impossible to ignore. Perfect for someone who once thrilled entire stadiums with his feet. Normally valued near £200,000, its real worth to him was the feeling it gave. Sharp handling, raw power, and late-night drives that ended with him sitting on the hood, talking with friends the same way he once did outside the Gremio training ground. He's often seen in the driver's seat, calm, confident, and completely comfortable. Then there is the Mercedes-AMG GT, a black coupe often seen with the windows down and sunglasses on. Starting at about £130,000, it offers a smooth mix of strength and comfort, something that matters more with time. The interior is tight and refined, the engine hums deeply, and the ride is gentle enough for longer journeys. He prefers it on quiet mornings, slipping into traffic unnoticed and enjoying the road in peace. The most eye-catching car in his collection is the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, a large white presence that looks almost regal beside him. With a price close to £300,000, it represents a different style of luxury. Soft leather, a calm ride, and a presence that speaks quietly rather than loudly. This is the car for evening outings, formal dinners, or moments when elegance matters more than showing off. These cars are not just vehicles. They are reminders of a career that brought him freedom as well as comfort. To understand how such a collection is possible, you have to look at the numbers behind it. Ronaldinho's earnings and net worth. His current net worth stands at around £72 million, a figure shaped as much by his personality as by his success on the field. At his peak, his salaries were enormous. Barcelona paid him roughly £8 million a year, followed by AC Milan with about £7.2 million per season. Even so, this income was small compared to what his image produced. Brands were drawn to his smile, his flair, and the emotion he brought to football. In 2006, at the height of his career, endorsements alone earned him around £16 million, pushing his total income that year close to £21 million. Nike, EA Sports, Coca-Cola, mobile phone brands, energy drinks, everyone wanted to be linked to Ronaldinho. Even after losing his £550,000 a year Coca-Cola deal years later, his fame never truly faded. Today, despite being retired, he still earns more than £200,000 per post or appearance, supported by over 100 million followers across platforms. His popularity hasn't disappeared, it has simply changed form. His wealth stretches across the globe. Ronaldinho owns around 6 homes in places like Greece, Barcelona, Florida, Brazil, and Lake Como, together valued between £20 and £25 million. Add to that his vast garage of supercars and luxury SUVs, worth another £3 to £5 million. Even without playing football anymore, he continues to earn between £3 million and £5 million each year through appearances, partnerships, and licensing deals. A steady income now supports the calm rhythm he enjoys today. This financial picture shows a man who earned well, lived intensely, and learned when to slow down. But money is only one part of the story. Another side lies in how he has used his influence for something beyond himself. This brings us to his philanthropic work. Philanthropy. Most of his charitable efforts flow through the Ronaldinho Foundation, which supports social and health programs across Brazil. While the foundation rarely releases exact numbers, charity analysts estimate that around £500,000 is directed each year toward medical care, youth initiatives, and local support. In 2005, he was the main attraction at FIFA's Football for Hope match following the Indian Ocean tsunami. The event raised nearly £7 million for humanitarian aid, making it the largest fundraiser he has ever taken part in and one of the most meaningful moments of his life away from the pitch. He has also supported UNICEF campaigns focused on preventing HIV/AIDS among young people. Through public appearances and global media work, these efforts are valued at roughly £300,000 in ambassadorial contributions. In 2016, Ronaldinho joined Football for Peace in India to support girls' access to sports and education, a campaign that raised close to £550,000. When floods later devastated Rio Grande do Sul, he returned to Brazil for a charity match at the Maracanã, helping raise around £800,000 in emergency aid for affected families. What truly stands out is not the amounts collected, but the honesty behind them. That same honesty shapes his private life as well. Now we move to the part of his life that exists far from stadium lights. Personal life. Today, he lives contentedly on his farm in Porto Alegre, a quiet place where time moves at its own pace. On peaceful mornings, he walks barefoot on the sand, laughing over traditional games that feel more playful than competitive. Here, the noise of the world fades, replaced by the calm of someone who has finally found balance. His days are built around simple pleasures. Sometimes it's a long outdoor lunch, grilling meat slowly over a fire, turning the food with a smile and a drink in hand. Other times, it's a light meal of seafood and vegetables on the terrace, with sunlight spreading across the table and nature providing the silence. Nothing feels staged, just a man living slowly and breathing freely. Family moments remain central to his life. In the few photos he shares, he appears with his children and the people closest to him, holding them in a way that feels natural and private. He remains warm, kind, and fully present. Even among former teammates and football legends, it's clear he carries his past with gratitude rather than longing. Friends visit often. Former champions, musicians, and longtime companions fill the house with familiar laughter. They sit, talk, and share time without formality. On other days, he walks through the city, greeting people politely and smiling easily at cameras. The world may still follow him, but he no longer chases it. What remains today is a man who finally lives at his own pace, surrounded by meaningful people and grounded habits. If you enjoyed this glimpse into his world, please like the video, subscribe, and don't forget to share it with your friends.